Hello. It's been a few days. I have been painting and drawing using pens and inks and different things. Oh yes, so I'm Anya Devine, and if it's your first time here, you're very welcome. Thanks very much for making contact. This year is Maisie. She's nearly 2, nearly sensible, and she's going to sit quietly now while I do a drawing of these flowers. There's these ones were for my daughter Erin's birthday, I think. Anyway, I'm a painter and I teach art workshops, and I'm a kind of passionate believer in expressing ourselves through colour, and just expressing ourselves in general, I suppose. Yeah. So the last few days have been a fairly colourful explosion in my bedroom, because I've been having a few days off, just playing with this kind of carry-on, and it's been a lot of fun, you know. Really, there's quite a lot of different colourful things happening there. I've got a blank sheet there now. I could use this, or I could use this pre-painted sheet. I think I'll just work on the orange background for this. I'm going to do a little drawing collage of these flowers. Now, part of me feels like I'm sabotaging myself a little bit, because there's accounting that needs to be done. But then I thought I've touched in on the accounting, and I know I can do it, and I will do it on time. And I also know that this is a good little interlude in my day. So as long as I don't go on for an hour now, I feel like it'll be a good medicine, just to enliven me a wee bit. So we'll see how it goes anyway. I've got the inks, the pens, there's acrylic pens, and there's oil pastels. Just bought the oil pastels in from the studio there. I've got glue and some paper too that I might stick on. And I've got my supporting act there. Right, and out there, thanks very much for joining me. And thanks to those of you who watch regularly. It's lovely to see you again. To see you, you know. Stop it on. Right, okay. I don't actually have the microphone today, but I'm close enough to you, aren't I? There's Maisie. I'll say goodbye to Maisie now, I think, because, well, you can still see her a bit. There we are. Alright, so here we go. Inspired by these bright pink gerbera, are they? I think they're gerbera. I'm going to do something with these. Right. And after a while I might face the camera down so that you can only see what I'm working on. But to begin with, I'll start with this amaretti biscuit wrapper that I think will work for the beginning of the vase. Just an idea of where the vase would sit there. And actually, while I'm at it, sure, I suppose I might as well stick on a bit of green for the greenery. Greenery back there, or the greenery in the front. I'm just going to put it there. We'll see, it might last, it might not. That's the good thing with collage, you can just lift it off again if you don't like it. Right. And these 3 punchy pinks now are those, they're the kind of pièce de résistance here. The reason for the whole thing. I think that's done well enough, yeah, okay. And the thing about this paper is it's easy enough to work over because it's really thin, so I can make it so that it's flush with the surface. Now, if you're using collage, you might want to paint after, on top of your collage magazine pieces, you might want to paint a dilute mixture of what's called PVA glue, white wood glue mixed with water. And you can paint it over the collage in order to maintain the brightness of the colour, and just to make it a bit more secure as well. The other thing you could use is a gloss medium made by, I think it's made by Golden, and it does a similar thing though, it just makes the colour last. Right, so we've got 3 gerbera. No, they're not actually this pink colour really, but I just want to indicate it for at least the position of them, just to know where they're going to be roughly. I'm saying that really I just wanted to squirt out some pink. And when I smooth it in like that, it reads a bit more as the colour, I think. This is an opportunity really for using paint, but I had thought that I would do something a bit ornate, like what I've been doing in bed, but now that I'm here, I feel like I want to do splurgy stuff. I suppose I could use the ink. In the name of splurging. And there's this ink, which is fluorescent pink, and it might read a bit more. I could mix that, couldn't I, with the blue in order to make it more of a purplish pink, which I think the gerbera are. Let's see. I have an ultramarine blue here as well now. The first time trying this. I don't know if that's going to merge and make anything other than mud. Well, we'll see. I did have the other. Did I? Oh, I didn't bring it in. I had some other ink in the studio as well. The ink that I got from Lidl, the ultramarine blue ink from Lidl, that I thought might have worked. But this blue's working okay. Now the thing with ink is that it doesn't dry as quickly as acrylic paint, and it doesn't dry as quickly as watercolour paint either. So that one is a bit brighter. Yeah, so really, who knows what's going to happen here. Or maybe just do that. Spread it all out. I don't want to feel that there's a safe thing happening, so I'm just going to let the light come in that way. Bright, bright, bright. Okay. And then there's this yellow ink might work for that green. Might do the same, I'd say. I'll put some green and yellow ink together in order to make that other plant that's there, which actually probably could be done with a different thing other than my fingers. Do you reckon? Like, because it's kind of twiggy, there's bits going in all directions. Well, I'm just half closing my eyes and looking at it first, and I do notice that actually there is room for using my fingers here too. Woohoo! There. Okay. And up there it all gets a bit more dark green. So use, oh look, I've got dark green little ink here. Oh, it's a bit globby. Is that a word? I could use it down here maybe too. I wonder is there any liquid in there? So maybe for the top of the jug. I don't know. I think I want to just throw some on actually. Because then I can describe the top of the jug and I can use it for the leaves up here maybe. Yeah, I'm finding my way, figuring it out as I go. Chucking a bit on up there. That might be the end of my ink now. You know, I don't even have the brush actually, so I'm kind of stuck with my fingers. If I want to do any kind of bold moves at all, really it's my fingers or nothing. Or the paper towel. I think it looks as though I put some water into that ink. That's a great yellow ink. Oh, what else am I doing, Maisie? I didn't bring in the chalk pastels, I've only got the oil ones, so if I don't have the colours I want here, they don't get used really. Let's see now. Grey, I don't have the colours that I want here, I need to find some other way of describing it. So the edge of the jug, I'm going to establish the edge of the jug with this grey, and the edge of the green plants as well, the yellow-green flowers there. This is a grey oil pastel I'm using, just to describe the edge on this side. And it'll also help me to define a little bit more clearly the edge of the petals of the gerbera. When I say a little bit more clearly, you're thinking more clearly, there's no clarity at all there yet. And you're right. Which is what I really love to kind of grapple with, creating order from chaos. So we've plenty of chaos here now. I'm going to use, is that green? It's kind of green, maybe black, but it's the colour I want to use here, nice and dark. So where the brightness of the pinks meet the leaves in the background there, it's a little bit darker. And then there's the deeper greenish colour where the jug stops and the greenery starts. And the stem of the flower there. I've just decided to fully keep the faith here, and let's just see, let's just play with it. And down there it's more grey, really. I think I've got white though, yeah I do. Maisie, what are you doing down there, Maisie? Seriously? Look at her. I don't know what she's up to. Yeah, so I suppose up here I could use the white behind the leaves, behind the green, because it is quite bright there as the lush green leaves meet the light coming in from the window there. She's found some food, I'd say. Have you found food down there? Yeah, there's a nice bright leaf that's actually got a shine on it. On there too. And then over here, the background behind the leaves is pretty much black. And I want to stick on a little bit of gardening green there, or maybe I'll stick on a bit of the map. Or something else, let me see. A few options. Which one reads most as, I think this with a bit of, if that was a bit muted, I could stick that on and that could represent that leaf that's shooting up and out. This is playtime, big time. Freedom, permission to play. There we go. I should quite like that one as well, but that might work more on the sunny side. Or just somewhere else. What's the shape of that leaf? And there's a darker one there. Okay, where did that black oil pastel go now? Doing the jigs and the wheels. That's the map I was considering using, map of Ireland. Balladee, Kilbritain. For goodness sake, that's where I'm from. It's my class, I picked up that bit. Maybe that needs to go in. Balladee. So what is since I've said that word? Raheen, Ballinora and Waterfall. They're all townlands in Cork. I'm from Cork, Southern Ireland. Where's I might put a little bit of Carried Lane. pink leaf over there. I've just been watching a skit on YouTube from Ireland, an old ad about the ESB, Electricity Supply Board, and it was that song. It was actually the guy Martin's life. You know, he does satire on Irish living kind of thing. It's very, very funny. And so Martin is on his way back, or the guy is on his way back from Australia, and Mammy's turned on the immersion for him to have a bath when he gets in. And anyway, it's kind of based on the song in the background is the green, green grass of home. No, it's not. It's and I can play the game of life to win. You know that song. Why did I think it was the green grass of home? Anyway, for goodness sake, that's all playing in my head in the background here. So maybe I subconsciously picked up the map of Ireland from my collage box, and that's why I'm including it here. I'm using my left hand now to draw with so that I don't get too contrived or become careful in any way. And now back to my right hand. Sometimes it's quite nice to use both hands, I think, to draw with. And another little bit of collage on there for that nice bright leaf, brightish leaf there. That's kind of violently shoved into the pink layer there. So what I'm going to do, I think what I'm going to do there is put a touch of collage on and paint over it. Yeah, the amaretto biscuit collage, I think. These are wrappers from amaretto biscuits I got. And it was my friend Juana who encouraged me to use them. She did in her collage, and the same friend gave me that powerful vase after I broke my own one. So many thanks, Juana. Right, so see how that can be a lot brighter now that I've put the collage on it. I wonder have I any pink here? Oh, that's no. It's not pink. The only pink in the oil pastel, I'd say, it's green, is it's not pink, it's red. Now Maisie sounds like she's pulling at something in the garden. I better get her. I think the neighbour's trying to stop her. So, you could say this is halfway through. I might do another bit. Yeah, I'll bring it on a bit closer. You see, we had someone tidying the garden the other day, and they've filled a couple of black bin bags, and I don't want Maisie pulling them all apart now, so I better go out and get her. So there'll be a part 2 to this. Once I've got her, there'll be a part 2. And I was bringing my chalk pastels. That's kind of handy. I might bring in my chalk pastels as well, so that I can bring a bit more brightness into the pinks. Look at them. They deserve some brightness, don't they? Alright, see you soon.